Hello and welcome to Nick's Maths, Term 4, Week 1, Lesson 4, Algebraic Thinking. Algebraic thinking. It seems to be the natural progression from multiplicative thinking, which is dealing with lots of numbers, because algebraic thinking is dealing with no numbers at all. But how can we consolidate our learning? Or rather, how can we teach students to look at mathematics without numbers? A great way to do that is with patterns. Patterning activities that build on the use of made by shapes and colours that we did in the early years provide a ready-made entry to algebraic thinking, as children can identify and understand the relationships within a pattern through discussion, through prediction, through justification and reflection, and they can communicate the generalizations that they find. So, our learning intention today. We are learning to solve non-numerical problems by drawing reasonable conclusions from what is unknown. And we will know that we can do that if we can see a pattern and recognize the rule for that pattern. If we can solve a problem without numerical assistance. And if we can represent non-numerical problems with numbers. Some of the difficulties that you might come across. Students may be unfamiliar with mathematics that does not deal with numbers. Students may not have the scaffolding to transfer between objects, shapes, letters, and numbers. And students may represent data in an incorrect or problematic fashion. That includes drawing the shapes wrong or misinterpreting the number of shapes you might put into a pattern. You will need a pencil, a rubber, a ruler, and sheets of paper. The language that we are using today, data, the collection of facts, numbers, measurements, or symbols. Algebra, an area of mathematics that uses letters, symbols to represent numbers and quantities. Or we could use objects or shapes. Pattern, a repeated design or arrangement. Rule, a fixed way of doing something. Sequence, a set of numbers or patterns following a set rule. So, instructions. Watch the attached video by Maths Antics on algebraic thinking. That will give you a basic scaffolding about algebraic thinking. The activity. We are going to do an algebraic activity where we use no numbers. Okay, so this activity is about strength. What's the strongest animal that we know? An elephant. So, an elephant is as strong as 2 ox or oxen. So this is the first part of the data. An elephant equals the strength of 2 oxen. What other things do we have? The only other piece of information that we have is an oxen is the same strength as 3 donkeys. An oxen is the same strength as 3 donkeys. So now we've got our data that an elephant is the same strength as 2 oxen, and an oxen is the same strength as 3 donkeys. And that's all we have to work with to answer our 5 problems. The first problem that I want you to answer is how many donkeys have the same strength as an elephant? So we knew that 1 elephant has the same strength as 2 oxen, and 1 oxen has the same strength as 3 donkeys. Well, how many donkeys have the same strength as 1 elephant? Can you work that out? The second question, 10 oxen are as strong as how many elephants and how many donkeys? So you know that 1 oxen is the same strength as 3 donkeys, and 2 oxen is the same strength as 1 elephant. So 10 oxen are how many elephants and how many donkeys? Our third question, 6 elephants are as strong as how many donkeys and how many oxen? So you know that 2 oxen equal 1 elephant, and you don't know, well you will by now, how many donkeys equal 1 elephant. So how many equals 6 elephants? How many donkeys and how many oxen? The fourth question, look at this tug of war between an elephant and 3 donkeys and 4 oxen. Who would win this tug of war and why? So you've got the strength of each animal. 2 oxen equal 1 elephant. and 3 donkeys equal 1 oxen. So who would win this tug of war and why? So now I'd like you to have a go and draw your own tug of war between elephants, oxen and donkeys, and then explain who would win and why. Once you've done that, answer these reflective questions. Do you know what algebra is now? How would you explain your understanding of algebra? What are some of the difficulties you encountered? Explain. Are there things you still are unsure of? Once you've done that, please send annotated photos uploaded through Compass. If this is too difficult, write a response or upload JPEGs or a Word document or send it directly to my email, or we can talk about it in class. Stay safe, take care, and keep on mathemating.